most amazing young men that I've ever been around.
Let's go. Police Officer John Delara. Police Officer Vincent Dan.
Just go out, show the guts. You showed up September 11th, and you'll take it home, baby. That's it.
You have to realize these young men are working for a living. It's a challenge for all of them.
Good evening, everybody. You're looking live. Schreiber High School, Port Washington, New York, out here in Nassau County, Long Island. Tonight, it is the NPSFL Game of the Week as the Fire Department of New York City embarks on their very first game of this 2026 season. Coming into town today for the opponents, it will be the New York City Corrections Department Boldest. The Boldest 0-1. 1-0 after a convincing win last week down in Washington, D.C. against the Roanoke Rampage. A lot of retooling, a lot of resetting for this Fire Department of New York football team here in 2026. We'll have all of it for you here today on our broadcast. We want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm John Heffernan. I'll be covering the play-by-play here today alongside Andy Singleton. Andy with a long history at the Fire Department of New York City, both as a coach, a fireman, and now an executive with the National Public Safety Football League, the new head of marketing. Andy, I understand you retired recently from the job. I want to welcome you, congratulate you, and hope springs eternal. A lot of exciting things going on both here on the gridiron and the league as a whole.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to be here. We had a great day for football. The rain just started coming in, so we'll see how that affects the game itself. But yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of things going on. NPSFL, I just got out in September, so I would have stayed if I knew it was going to be more work doing this stuff. But I'm happy to be doing it. I love this league. I love these players. I think they deserve it. So we're trying to set up these broadcasts and really bring to the fans and the audience of the league live action and in a professional way. So we're blessed to have great people that we're working with, such as yourself, and we're just looking to expand on what we offer the people that give so much dedication to this league.
Well, we're hoping to get off to a great start here today out in Long Island, New York, and not only the broadcast, but you talk about some of the most incredible guys, former Division I, former professional football players, high school standouts, but all one thing in common, Andy, and that is guys that give service in their profession, that are on the job. We've got cops from Philadelphia. We've got corrections officers. We have U.S. Marshals out in the field today, and, of course, the Bravest from the Fire Department of New York City. These guys do a lot of juggling, Andy, with family, with job, career, being able to practice on the field, and you've got to tip your cap to all of them.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is actually what the motivation is for putting these broadcasts on, is to, hey, if you're gonna sacrifice all this time and money and dedication to play football and represent your department and your agency and your community in such a positive light, we should be doing something like this. And these guys really, truly do embody their communities, their agencies. I would venture half the coaches in this league are coaching youth and Pee Wee football as well. So it really goes back to the community. And this is hopefully helping to shine some positive light on first responders nationwide.
Absolutely. We even have a Division I standout on the Boldest that played his college ball at Ohio State. We'll have a lot more of the players' game to watch from both sides. After this brief timeout, we'll have it all for you here from Schreiber High School in Nassau County, New York. Back after this.
Giving a mortgage-free home to a catastrophically injured veteran. Do people understand what that means? A lot of these people living in situations that they can't get around, with their disability. I mean, come on.
By the end of next year, we'll have paid off mortgages for over 2,000 of these great heroes. And also for fallen first responders that are catastrophically injured or die in the line of duty to leave young families behind. We're proud of that.
Tunnel to Towers has been caring for America's greatest heroes for more than 2 decades. And we ask you to join us on our mission to do good.
If any first responder or Gold Star widow has someone die in the line of duty and they leave a young family behind, we pay every mortgage off in America.
Well, it's such a humane thing to do, to take care of the people that are taking care of us.
Exactly. It's simple.
It's really simple math.
People know that when they make a donation, their money is gonna go to these heroes.
True. It's like guaranteed in the bank. This is money well spent, and you know exactly where it's going. Please donate $11 a month at T2T.org.
And we're back here live. We want to thank you once again for joining us live on YouTube for our NPSFL Game of the Week. We are about to get underway. The coin toss moments away, but why don't we take advantage of this time right now, Andy, to talk a little bit about our players to watch. First, offensively, for the fire department in New York, one big piece of breaking news, Andy. Trey Wilson, the go-to running back for the fire department, has officially retired from football. Congratulations to Trey. He just had his third baby, and he's got his hands full with his family. The RB1 today will be Trevor Elam, and certainly a guy that is a very capable running back. He is about 5'10", 210 pounds, low to the ground, north-south kind of guy. He will be getting the majority of the reps today.
Yeah, Trevor, I mean, first of all, you mentioned the big loss with Trey Wilson. He was phenomenal for us, but we've been blessed to have tremendous running backs in our program throughout its history. So this is no difference. When Trevor first came down to join the Bravest football team, he came back as a linebacker, and I was like, wow, we got a banger here. We got a good one. Next year he moves over to the running back position. I'm asking him, well, what's the change for? Come to find out, he was all-city running back at Wagner High School, and so this is really where his home is, and now he's going to be carrying the load. I'm excited to see what he's got, and we're going to need him. So,
and he also played his college ball, Andy, at Hartwick. He has a ton of experience, not only at the college and high school level, but certainly as a member of this fire department team as well. The captains for the fire department of New York meet at midfield with the captains of corrections. Hugs all around. Let's turn things over now defensively to the Boldest and highlight one of their key players for the New York City, the New York City Corrections Department. Boldest. Savion Adams, Andy, as you know, this guy really stood on his head last week down in D.C. He is an absolute beast on the defensive line for the Boldest, and certainly the fire department is going to have to handle number 43 if they have any shot at moving the football. A tough task when you've got Savion Adams staring down at you.
Yeah, big boss man on the line. He's the tone setter for them. Led the charge defensively for their big comeback last week, as you mentioned, in D.C. against Roanoke. They were down 12-0 at the half, put up 33 in the second half to come away with the win. Majority of that was on the defensive side of the ball. Savion Adams had 7 tackles, a forced fumble. He scored a touchdown himself, so he's going to have his hands full with our other featured player, Trevor Elam. It's going to be an exciting battle in the trenches. I'm excited to see what happens.
Oh, we can't talk about this game without talking about the quarterback, Sandy, and the second-year player out of Tottenville and Staten Island will be getting the nod here today for the fire department. Of course, we're talking about Peter Calabrese. This kid was so wide-eyed when talking to him in the dressing room before the game. He is pumped up. Tommy Heedles no longer on this team. Another big development for the fire department. It was all about Heedles last year. Wheeler got some time, as did Calabrese, but it was Heedles that ended up with the starting job. Not the case here today. Expect to see Conklin and Calabrese both under center for the fire department of New York. And we've got to quickly move on before the opening kick, Andy. But the starter today for the Boldest will be number 12 at quarterback, Josh Molyneux, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He played a year ago, took a year off, and is now back under center. He'll be replacing Cameron Palmer, who's one of the most dynamic athletes in this league for the Boldest.
Yeah, a lot of versatility for the Boldest, especially with the skill positions. As you mentioned, Cameron Palmer has been playing quarterback for them in the past. He's out at wide receiver. He had a touchdown in last week's win as well. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
And I expect Lamont Adels to be on the field as well, along with Josh Molyneux. Folks, before the kickoff, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back with the opening kick right after this.
I was a little boy in Jamaica. I saw a firefighter climb into a burning building, put out the fire, and I knew then that's what I wanted to do. My Pro B class was the first class after 9/11. Well, I played football in college as well, so as soon as I got on the job, even as a Pro B, guys were like, all right, listen, you got to play for the football team. Our second year went to the championship. and one against LA Fire. So it was a lot of fun. It's a whole different type of family concept. It's very cool. Fire duty is what we sign on for, but there's so many avenues on this job. As a mentor, I pay it forward by being consistent and leading by example. If you want to become a leader in the greatest fire department in the world, join the FDNY. It's hard work, but it's the best decision you'll ever make.
Discover, you want to serve with a purpose, take the test.
If you're thinking about joining the Department of Correction, join.
I truly believe that I should have made this decision 10 years ago.
I wanted to do something that was both challenging and rewarding. If I can make a difference in somebody's life, then I think I've done my part.
It's high paying, it's a career, not a job, and I serve with a purpose.
Scan the QR code now. Register today to take the test.
Do it.
If any first responder or Gold Star widow has someone die in the line of duty and they leave a young family behind, we pay every mortgage off in America.
Which is such a humane thing to do, to take care of the people that are taking care of us.
Exactly. It's simple.
It's really simple math.
People know that when they make a donation, their money is gonna go to these heroes.
True. It's like guaranteed in the bank. This is money well spent, and you know exactly where it's going. Please donate $11 a month at T2T.
And we're back here, Long Island, New York, the NPSFL Game of the Week and the first game of the 2026 campaign for the Fire Department of New York City. Folks, we are all set. An impromptu version of the national anthem is in the books. It's the 1-0 Boldest taking on the 0-0 New York City Fire Department. John Heffernan alongside Andy Singleton. We are pumped up. We just saw the coin toss at midfield. We're getting ready for the opening kick.
All right, Boldest kicking off to the Bravest. So we will not see the leg of Francis Cole out of the gate here.
And kicking off for the Boldest, it's a number 50, Javid Popal, out of the Department of Corrections. And we are underway.
It's going to be Rob Wheeler taking the kickoff. Moving up the left sideline. He's got a seam. Just shy of the 50 to get things going for the Bravest here in the 2026 season.
There you go, Rob Wheeler. Decent return, Andy. They're going to have the ball around the 45-yard line.
Got a revamped offensive line for the Bravest this season.
We do indeed, and we'll unpack a little bit of that right now. You know, last year, Andy, we had linebackers. Frank Zer. I mean, there were a ton of guys on a patchwork offensive line. Not the case here today. A couple of first-year players as well on the O-line.
Yeah, and a big return by newly minted captain Daniel Olivier playing center, number 99, the Dancing Bear as we call him.
So it's Calabrese in the shotgun set. And the first play of this offensive series, a screen pass into the flat, incomplete to Rob Wheeler. And Rob Wheeler does so many things, Andy, well offensively, including quarterback if need be.
You mentioned losing Tommy Heedles this year. Rob Wheeler is kind of a reincarnation of him for the next wave and generation of this team. He's played quarterback, he's played running back, he's played wide receiver, he's returning kicks. So he's a little bit of a gadget guy too, doing everything for this Bravest offense.
That'll bring up second down. The ball's at the 47-yard line. A man in motion for the Bravest. That's Herrick.
Here's Elam with his first carry.
And Elam picks up a few. And that'll bring up third and about 6, Andy.
We're looking a little deeper. I think we're looking 3rd and 8 maybe here.
Yeah, that's more like it. So big test here for the Fire Department in their first series.
Yeah, you'd love to get the season off on a first down on your first series.
Last year, these two battled to a 26-20 fire department victory. Fire department have won 6 in a row against corrections. They're looking to continue that streak here today. Calabrese back to pass. He finds his big target, number 85, Adam Jensen, the tight end. And that'll be good for a fire department first down. Andy, gotta love that conversion there. And gotta love the connection between Jensen and Calabrese getting going early.
Yeah, it's hard to miss Jensen on the field. Big man out of Wagner. Played tight end. He's also played a little left and right tackle for us in the past. But good to see him out there. Getting out of the backfield and getting his hands on some.
Jensen 6'6", 265 at a ladder 78. It's first down, Bravest. Calabrese now.
Elam with the cutback, picks up 5 on this carry.
Elam a little hop, skip, and a jump. Shifty Trevor Elam. And that will be, that'll bring up second down, Andy, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field.
Yeah, we got one early here. They're looking to see how to stop this big red moving freight train here. Fun fact, Elam and Jensen from the same house, the hot corner on the island, on the Staten Island.
Well, I talked a little bit to Eric Ortega before the game, and he said the one cool thing about the new quarterback in his second season, Peter Calabrese, they're both Staten Island guys as well. Tottenville, St. Francis Prep, respectively. But, you know, they grew up together, seen each other in the gym, and that kind of comfort level, I think, certainly will lend itself well to Calabrese and Ortega, whether it's Ortega or Flowers. We talked about Trey Wilson not playing today as he no longer is a member of this team and the new quarterback. And also want to give a shout out to John Moody as well, who retired at the end of last season. Moody as part of the secondary for the Fire Department of New York.
Yeah, another former captain.
It's second down now from the Fire 35-yard line. And Calabrese hands off once again to Elam.
Up the middle, we got flags on the play.
Flags everywhere. The laundry all over the field. And we'll see how this one
coming out of secondary
shakes out. Looks like it might be right, Andy, against the Boldest, but we'll see. And it's going to be
we got a false start on the Bravest offense here.
So not,
and a face mask.
Yeah, okay, so they're offsetting penalties. Face mask, Andy, as you said, against the Boldest. A false start against FDNY.
Well, that's why we saw so many flags coming out.
Right. So we'll hold at second down. As a player comes on for the Fire Department. It looked like that was Calabrese coming in with the call from the sideline. Vinny Sheeta in his second year as the offensive coordinator for the Fire Department. And, of course, Cam Peake, the head coach.
Yeah, I don't have a shot, Jeff.
We got
Elam's been moving pretty well up the middle here.
Twins to the right, a single coverage to the left for Calabrese.
To the right side.
And a big hit there.
Off right tackle.
That was number 36 on the carry, Nick Sumter. And, man, he is a load to take down.
Calling the bus.
And that was number 11 in on the tackle. Let's take a look at it one more time. Danelle Lazar, though, my gosh, he's an absolute bull. And you see the tackle there by Lazar. Lazar is plays a little linebacker, a little cornerback, and
got a little third and short here. Move the sticks again. What are we looking at? 3rd and 2.
It is third down. FD converted on their first third down attempt. Let's see how they do here. And Calabrese with the fake handoff.
Oh, he's got it. Oh.
And it's Jensen again.
Right at the mark.
I think he's short, Andy. But a good play action.
Let's see this spot. Yeah, they're a little short.
But
you got the leg of Francis Cole, and interesting point here. We're going with the wind, but it looks like they're choosing to go for it.
Cole, the best kicker in the NPSFL, has hit him from 50-plus before, but...
Maybe the best kicker in North America, John.
Like it. Going for it on 4th down, Andy, rolling the dice. As Vinny Sheeta and the boys are going to make the Boldest step up here if they want to get the stop. We'll see. Calabrese.
Back to Elam right up the middle, and he got it. He's over.
And Trevor Elam, I don't know. They may have to measure this one.
No, not at all. Needed 3 inches, got 3 yards on this. Unless they said his knee was down.
I don't see a definitive signal.
Well, the sticks are right at the 30. Oh, they do have him short. Oh, all right.
Okay. All right, so FD will turn it over on downs here, Andy, as they decide to go for it on 4th down. You got to like the aggressiveness.
I love it.
And, it reminds me of a conversation I had with Steve Orr prior to the game, Andy. He said, this year we're all about accountability, and if you talk about Peter Calabrese, he said, I don't mind if I make a mistake as long as it's an aggressive one.
Correct.
And they showed their aggressiveness there. But credit to the defense of the Boldest for getting the stop, and it's going to be 1st down for Corrections.
Well, we mentioned the wind. We mentioned the leg of Francis Cole, so you felt pretty good about getting 3 there. But that's a testament to this revamped offensive line. I love the decision to go for it. 4th and short. Let's set the tone. Let's not cower down and get 3. Let's go for 6 here. Came a little short, but I like the decision there by head coach Cameron Peake.
So we mentioned Josh Molyneux, the starter. Andy, Josh is 6'4". He's got a cannon of an arm. He's about 240 pounds, maybe 235, but he's a big, big guy. An interesting juxtaposition to the 5'10" Calabrese. More of a drop back, kind of stay in the pocket kind of guy, not very mobile, but a huge arm. 2 very different styles in quarterbacks today.
Yeah. 10 years ago, I might have thought something about the height differential. But after what we've seen with the Baker Mayfields and the Drew Breeses, 5'10" is fine. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's big now.
Absolutely. All depends on the style. And Josh Molyneux certainly will be fun to watch here today and see what he's got. He played the majority of the game last week in D.C., and we so used to seeing Cam Palmer, their very dynamic receiver. He's lined up far to Molyneux's right. Palmer's had plenty of reps at quarterback as well. And that pass was intended
and that is for Darren Wesley.
Darren Wesley. It was incomplete. Kind of a basic out route, a bit overthrown by Molyneux.
And a quick 3 and out here.
So it'll be likely very good field position once again for the fire department. They don't have to pay too dearly for not converting that 4th down attempt. And back to kick for Corrections. Back to punt, I should say. It's Javid Propal.
Good stand there by the Bravest defense.
And set to receive is Evan Flowers, I believe, or is that Ortega?
No, this is Rob Wheeler.
Oh, it's Wheeler. I'm 0 for 2. And it takes a Boldest bounce, and that'll trickle to about the 29-yard line. We're here in the first quarter, 9:07 remain. It's been pretty even so far. Who's going to blink, Andy? We're not sure, but it's FD with the football. Under center is Calabrese. A couple of other players to watch, but first we're going to get... First, want to talk a little bit about.
Good afternoon.
Let's let this series get started.
Captain Bish introduced me to the FDNY right here 21 years ago.
We outfitted him in jump flints.
Elam in the backfield. Calabrese shotgun set. And the center today for the fire department, number 52, John Seda, one of the captains of this team. Seda, a longtime veteran. And the snap. Play action on his horse is Calabrese, the pump fake. And finally, out of bounds, but not before picking up
Looks like
what
he
seems close to a first down, Andy.
He looks to be a little short with this spot. A nice little scramble there. Looks like it's going to set up about a 2nd and 3 here.
And Calabrese talking things over with Vinny Sheeta. And let's take a look one more time. A little shake and bake there by Calabrese. Tiptoe on the sideline. And holding up there was Darren Wesley. Defensively for the Boldest. But this one is going back, Andy? I'm confused.
I didn't see any. I didn't see any laundry.
I didn't see a flag either. So either way,
with that little shimmy, he's not doing that at 6'4". So that's why we like the 5'10".
It will be first down from the Fire 25-yard line. Got 4 twin sets to the right and left.
No, looks like there was a penalty here.
And a good defensive play once again. We've heard this guy's name a lot. You're going to hear it all afternoon. Danel Lazar played that to perfection. Excellent coverage by Lazar for the Boldest.
You know, John, we missed. We didn't see any flags on the field, but they did move them back. It looks like 5, so maybe it was a little bit of a false start here. We're looking at 2nd and about 15 now. Looks like 14 on the field, but I'm guessing it's a 2nd and 15.
Take another look there at the play by Lazar. And that pass incomplete. So it brings up 2nd down, Andy, and a low snap. And Calabrese. Oh my gosh, what a run by Elam.
And that's what he can do.
I mean, he took on a helmet to helmet hit, and he kept going like it was nothing.
I'm telling you, this guy was a banger at linebacker. He's got a low center of gravity, gets those shoulders down, gets those pads into the linebackers, and he's moving them.
So Elam, no secret, Andy, what the fire department are doing offensively. It's Elam, and more Elam.
And right up the gut. We talked about Savion Adams setting the tone on the D-line for the Boldest. So far, Bravest running right through that.
And of
looking
course,
at a 3rd and short 1 here.
Controlling that line of scrimmage, so important. And the hesitation on that run will be close to, if that's good enough for a first down, Andy. First down, fire department of New York.
Look like you got about 2 to 3 on that. Definitely good enough for the first down. So let's move those sticks.
Here it is one more time. And just creating space and really making something out of not a whole lot. And Elam has proved that he is capable of doing just that. It's first down, fire department.
You like the running backs that fall forward, right, John?
Any little bit of extra always helps.
We're out on the screen here to Wheeler, and he's hit right away.
And Wheeler dropped for a loss, Andy, and good anticipation there.
There's your guy Lazar again.
And Lazar, man, is he a guy with a nose for the football or what? I want to see maybe whose responsibility was Lazar on that play, but not a whole lot you can do, as Lazar is just an absolute beast defensively. And you see him roaming there, number 11 on the near side of your screen. Always got to keep your eye on that guy. You know, I talked to Frank Zerbo defensively for the fire department. He says the same thing about Cam Palmer. It's 2nd down, fire department. No score here in the early going of this first quarter. Calabrese back to pass. He's got a target.
Met right away. That's Wheeler.
And he is hit right away. And Wheeler's going to step off. And coming in for Wheeler is Ortega. Ortega with 2 touchdowns in that game last year for the fire department. But watch this hit here laid on Rob Wheeler. And he acted nonchalant coming off, but I mean, that's a bone rattler. Boom. Not exactly a textbook tackle by Cam Palmer, but an effective one nonetheless. Cam Palmer just stood over him, Andy.
He met him right there. Listen, there's no love lost between these teams. You mentioned 6-year streak in looking to go strong for the Bravest here.
3rd down, Calabrese hands it off. And that won't be enough, just a couple of yards. picked up by the Bravest. And it's going to be 4th down.
Now you'll get to see the leg we've been raving about.
Yeah, I mean, this guy comes as advertised. Francis Cole.
I'm only so partial to him because I worked with his father.
Well, tell us about that. What's Mr. Cole like?
He's heavy brogue accent, very unique individual, funny gentleman, great father, great family man. Francis has a twin brother, Brendan. These kids have been chasing me around since they're 5 years old, so to be seeing him kicking the ball on the field like this, and here we go.
Oh, fake punt, Cole!
Pulled it back.
Cole going for the first down. I don't know. It's going to be close.
He is close.
He did it last year on a 20-yard run for the first down, and Francis Cole does it again. You know, he bided his time back there. Take a look at it again, everybody. Cole, I thought, still thinking, hey, I might kick it. Moves to his left and says, I'm out. And Stevie Orr drawing it up for the special teams.
For anybody,
the Bravest convert.
Watching that, thinking that might have been a botched punt. No, that's by design. He is that athletic and can do that. So if he's got the green light.
He's a Woodlawn Bronx guy, isn't he?
He's out in Queens now.
Oh, he's in Queens. All right. First down on a huge, probably the biggest play of this first quarter. 4:10 on the clock. Calabrese hands it off. And gaining about 2 on the play is Elam. Number 28, of course, for the fire department. Trevor Elam out of engine 155. So 2nd and about 7.
Hey, John, we're talking about all these players. We're going to take a look after this snap at the Bravest starting offense.
Plenty to look out there, indeed. 4 receivers set. Calabrese
this is
rolling
Conklin
to
now.
his right.
This is Conklin now. Conklin's in the game looking for Waterman deep. He pulls it in. John Conklin off the bench.
John Conklin, number 17. Good catch, Andy, both literally and figuratively.
Yep.
As Waterman hauls it in, and it looked like Conklin just kind of threw it up there.
That was
Gerard.
Gerard.
Said, Waterman, go up and get it.
Waterman coming down with the jump ball. He's moved over from tight end to wide receiver this season.
And one-on-one coverage, and of course,
it was your guy. He did it. He beat Lazar there.
So Lazar proves human after all. And with the timeout on the field, let's take a look at the starting offense for the FDNY Bravest. Calabrese, as we've talked about, in his 2nd year at Tottenville High School, getting the start here today. But it was Conklin with that touchdown pass, Andy. Tommy Herrick in his 18th season with the fire department. He says it's his last year. I also want to congratulate Tommy on just having his first child. Congrats overall to Tommy Herrick. Waterman with the biggest play of the game, the other wide receiver, the big tight end Jensen, and of course Rob Wheeler at the other receiver position.
You mentioned Tommy Herrick's his last season. Last year was supposed to be his last season, but he had a baby. So congrats to Tommy on the new addition to the family. He's coming out here to make some memories for his son to see in the future.
Guy looks great. He looks absolutely great. I saw him talking to Kevin Whalen, the equipment manager, longtime guy for the fire department. He's got his own little truck, giving out the equipment today. So after the completion from Conk to Waterman, it's a big first down and a 1st and goal for the FDNY.
Conklin's still in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. He's running.
And he's absolutely swallowed by big number 47, Griffin Justin.
Justin Griffin on the
Justin Griffin, I'm sorry.
Run.
And, you know, before I forget, I want to give a shout-out to Justin Griffin's daughter and son who are in the stands today. And they say they love their dad. They get a little scared when they watch him play. But I'm talking about Jasmine, who is 11 years old, and her brother Casey, 5 years old. Casey's in kindergarten. Jasmine's in 6th grade. And there's their
Check it.
dad. Boom. A big tackle there on Conklin. He said, Jasmine said, I'm happy because I know my dad's happy playing football. And that's what it's all about, everybody. It's now Conklin once again, this time rolling to his right. And that's going to be short to Eric Ortega.
That looked like Wheeler again on the target.
I thought that was number 4. No, it was Wheeler. You're right. Let's take a look at it one more time. Wheeler wearing number 3 in the middle of your screen. He moves to his right, cuts loose, trips, and maybe that's sort of what affected his route there, Andy, as he comes up short there. Conklin underthrowing.
Yeah, I'm going to blame the throw, not the route on that one.
Okay. Yeah, Conk's got to rebound there a little bit despite the stumble from Wheeler. So it's 2nd and goal now for the Fire Department of New York, and Elam around the corner into a pile of defenders for the Boldest, and that's going to quickly bring up 3rd down, Andy.
Yeah.
And it looks like a couple of guys coming in.
You know, we mentioned in the open, the Boldest was down 12-0 to Roanoke at the half and put up 33 in the second half, predominantly led by the defense. This is a slow starting team, so let's see if this is the impetus to get them going. Still no score here. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Bravest has been moving the ball pretty much at will so far in their 2 series.
And now Wheeler.
No, we got Francis Cole out looking for the first points of this game.
And the first points to the 2026 season. Normally a lock from this distance. And it's perfect through the uprights.
I mean, when you see number 15 come on the field, you can pretty much close your eyes and skip forward.
And listen, he's shown more than just his ability to kick field goals today, Andy. A big first down conversion on the fake punt from Francis.
He's also a new father. I want to give him a quick congratulations. Just saw his wife Maureen in the crowd.
And let's check out now the Boldest starting defense. Wint, the former Ohio State guy, playing defense, but don't be surprised to see Wint run back kicks, punts, and even Wint in the backfield. That's number 23, the strong safety, Wint, Wilson, Melville, Palmer, Kaz Palmer, the president of this Boldest team. At 46 years young, he's still getting it done. Linebacker number 21, Lutz. The other linebacker on the left side, that is Switzer, number 17. Better call Saul De Los Santos at corner. The defensive end is Adams, the D-tackle Adams, and we've got Brown and Briggins rounding out the front.
Yeah, and don't forget number 4, Travis Briggins, another one of the admin for this team. He's played running back in the past. He's playing corner this year. Another explosive and dynamic athlete, one of the many in this league. You know, you look at the skill positions for the Boldest. A lot of them have played. A lot of the former offensive players are now on the defensive side of the ball, which just shows the versatility. It's not necessarily a two-way league where guys are playing on both sides of the ball. You look, these 2 teams have a lot of depth.
Well, Kazmanat listed on the defense. He had a touchdown reception last week against Roanoke. And at 46 years old, he's going to be close to a record in this league for the oldest player to catch a touchdown pass. We'll have to check the books on that one. Cole bangs this one away, and the dynamic kickoff. And upended there, it was
Darren Wesley. All right, we're under a minute, first quarter. 3-0 Bravest score here. And let's give a look to the Gary Sinise Foundation, one of our sponsors, helping us to fund these broadcasts and bring them to you in our NPSFL audience. The Gary Sinise Foundation, serving the nation by honoring veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. The Gary Sinise Foundation creates and supports unique programs designed to entertain, educate, inspire, strengthen, and build communities. While we can never do enough for our nation's heroes, we can always do a little more.
And, you know, all this is all about raising money for this league. These players can't play unless they pay in through donations and the like, and every little bit counts, Andy, and Gary Sinise Foundation is certainly a big part of our broadcast here today. That pass is incomplete. As
some quick pressure in the backfield. I think that was Ruggieri, one of the rookies on this team, who was been talked up at length as a difference maker.
Molyneux didn't have a whole lot of options. The secondary coming through for the FDNY, and that'll bring up a second down for the Boldest with 51. How much time do we have left here?
We got 51 on the scoreboard. We got 55 on our feed. So somewhere in between. Let's split the difference. We got about 53 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Under a minute to go. Not a bit of a feeling out process, Andy, I'd say, here in this first quarter between both of these teams. And Andy, you know, how much do you factor in the Boldest having a game under their belt heading into this one? It was just 7 days ago down in Washington, D.C. Does it matter? And when you think about the last snap the FD had was in the Cop game, the Fun City Bowl, which was a tough loss for them. And another thing that I'd like to talk about as far as, you know, rebounding from the tough loss to the Cops, and how important is it here to sort of set the tone for the fire department?
Well, obviously these are short seasons, so one loss can really kill, you know, your championship aspirations. The difference it has for them is they've got their feet wet. So that, you know, we're still feeling out these. Every year to year, you pretty much have almost brand new teams. So this is the first taste of it for the Bravest here. Boldest has that advantage, but it's over at this point. You know, we're a quarter in, so we've already got our feet wet now too. We're playing ball here.
And that'll bring up a second down. Boldest with the football from their own 20-yard line. And the pressure from the fire department, rolling to his left, throwing on the run.
And there's your guy, Wint.
And there's the Ohio State standout, Wint, as you mentioned, Andy. And a good completion from the quarterback, Molyneux, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's in the drone patrol down in Philly as far as what he does on the job. And, you know, we mentioned that long pass from Conklin. Don't forget, the last win for this corrections team, Andy, came when Conklin was under center for the Boldest.
Yes.
So some interesting storylines, to say the least. You talked about the mixing and matching. Well, we see it on both teams as well. Plenty of time here. Rolling to his right. We got a flag that could be a hold. Going deep down the field.
And he popped it.
Oh, my gosh.
Had a free play. Had his man.
Let's take a look at that one more time. The pass intended once again for Wint, the kid out of Ohio State. And Molyneux, rolling to his right, he's got a guy wide open in single coverage. And Wint, you know what? I hate to say this. Yes, Wint was out of bounds, but we saw that several times last year. Wint unable to corral the football. He had the punt drop with under 2 minutes to go in that game in 2025.
Well, John, to be honest,
he dropped a couple of passes candidly in 2025 as well.
To be honest, we have no idea what the conditions are on the field right now. We've gone through 3 seasons since we arrived here on the grounds today. It was beach weather into what seems like a nor'easter coming. So there is some wetness out there. Perhaps that contributed to it.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more of the NPSFL game of the week right after this.
Good afternoon. Captain Vish introduced me to the FDNY right here 21 years ago.
We outfitted him in John Plant's captain's outfit and put him on a truck with an axe, and they responded to an alarm. I remember that like it was yesterday.
And that night that I came here to the firehouse, really began to galvanize a devotion and a commitment to serving our first responders that manifested itself into the creation of our first responder outreach program at the Gary Sinise Foundation.
More good came out of 9/11 than evil, and the good is a guy like Gary Sinise.
And welcome back to the NPSFL Game of the Week live on YouTube. It's 3-0 FDNY. Second quarter just about to begin. No better time to take a look at the starting defense for the FDNY Bravest, John Heffernan, alongside Andy Singleton. Got to talk a little bit about Frank Zerbo, one of the captains of this team, and really the straw that stirs the drink for the linebacking core on the fire department.
Newly minted captain, along with Timmy Dollison, playing safety. And then on the offensive side of the ball, as I mentioned before, Danny Oliver, the center, one of the 3 new captains this season for the Bravest.
Carteron, of course, the other linebacker playing alongside Zerbo. We mentioned Ruggieri, the new player in his first year for the fire department at the other linebacker position. And Jonathan Carberry, man, he scares me. One of the strongest guys. You shake that guy's hand, it nearly comes off. Carberry certainly force to be reckoned with as well. Defensive tackle, we've got Holmes, the D-end O'Boyle, Payne at corner, and Khalifa Forbes on the left side. So that will bring up the start of the second quarter. And we got a quarterback change here, it looks like, Andy. It will be Lamont Addles under center to start this second quarter. As maybe
I think this might have just been a direct snap, just looking to get some kind of momentum going, running the ball here.
Well, either way, Addles saw plenty of time in this matchup last year.
You know, he's still out there. Molyneux's still on the sidelines throwing. He looks all right. Doesn't look hurt or anything, so
we're just seeing a little bit about what the fire department is doing as well. A little dual QB situation.
Just looking for a spark out here.
Well, points have been at a premium. And you mentioned the conditions, Andy. You know, it's cold. It's cold out today. You look at that American flag, it is blowing in the wind. Maybe we can get a shot of that later, but blowing towards the Boldest end zone as we speak. And I like this matchup here with big number 95 at the nose tackle for the fire department.
A little miscommunication on the fake reverse handoff here.
Let's take a look at this one more time.
I don't think that's how they drew this one up.
So Addles in at quarterback, a man in motion, and this is where it all kind of went wrong. The signal's getting crossed between a number 27, Threadgill, and number 23, Jason Wint. That'll bring up third down for the Boldest. Third and about 11. Addles back to pass. He's feeling the pressure. Steps up in the pocket, rolling to his right. Avoids one tackle and finally runs it out of bounds. Looks like we got a player down on the sideline for the fire department. Everybody's fine. Let's take a look at it one more time. As Addles, we mentioned the much more mobile of the two quarterbacks for the Boldest.
That was Carteron on the initial pressure, and then big Denzel Wilson, 95, the captain, getting his legs cut out from under him on the sidelines. But he's up and good.
That's good to see. Denzel, the anchor of this defense, especially on the defensive line.
You can't bring that man down. Do you know he recently was involved in a car crash, and the car is still in the hospital. So there's not much that can bring that man down.
The line of the day. I love it. 12:39 and counting here to start the second quarter. As the Boldest were only able to pick up about a yard on that Addles run. And back to punt once again will be number 50 for the Boldest, Javid Popal. Popal nearly has that one blocked.
Well, We're going to have a flag on running into the kicker here, but you mentioned it.
Down the far sideline goes Wheeler. Wheeler keeps going. Wheeler biding his time, weaving through traffic into the end zone.
Wheeler to the house, but
it could be called back.
Well, part of my lack of enthusiasm. But this one's definitely coming back.
So, Andy, it looked like the Boldest may have kind of stopped on the play, which opened things up for Wheeler.
Yeah, that flag came out quick. Once the block was missed, the landing pad became the kicker.
Man, and oh, so close. Stevie Orr would have loved to have seen that, the longtime special teams coach for the fire department. But either way, Andy, great pressure by the special teams for the fire department.
Well, I can guarantee there's still excitement out of Stevie Orr. It's just the negative kind right now. As this will give the Boldest a first down and keep them with the ball.
Well, I say great pressure, but it's such a hard thing to do to avoid the punter on a play like that. You know, you mentioned liking the aggressiveness on fourth down in that fourth quarter. You know, high risk, high reward, and it catches the Bravest on that one. And that will translate it to a first down, Andy, for the Boldest.
Yeah, this is
the
their
42-yard line.
This is their best field position of the day to this point.
3-0. Fire department with the lead on the Francis Cole field goal. And back into the game now for the Boldest is Molyneux. Molyneux out of the shotgun.
Aaron Augustus in motion here.
On the end around.
We got more penalty flags on the field.
A gang tackle by the fire department, and it's going to be a hold, Andy, against FDNY. No, against the Boldest.
Yep. That was 23 in the backfield. Jason Wint, as you mentioned, from the Ohio State University. He's been moving all over the field, playing a little corner, little safety, running back, receiver.
And there you see the hold. And on the tackle for the fire department, that was a number 47. I believe that was number 47.
Looked like 47, and we might have a number change here.
We'll have to get that sorted out. It's now first and about 22. Long pass to a wide open Cameron Palmer, but it's just overthrown a little bit. But Palmer busted free into the secondary. And that's one that number 12 is going to want to have back, Josh Molyneux.
Looked like 24 here. Casey Sale just lost his footing. Was that 24?
You got lucky. You got lucky, 6.
Man, oh man, what a missed opportunity for the Boldest.
That's 2 now. You had the free play before that you mentioned. Wint dropped on the sideline, and now Cameron Palmer wide open, had nothing in front of him but daylight.
So 2nd and 22 from the 48-yard line.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, right, John?
Sure enough. Once again, plenty of time.
Another deep throw. Now he's got Wint, and just couldn't connect again.
Gosh, that's 2 in a row. First Palmer, now Wint. And we talked about the arm of Josh Molyneux. But just a little bit off, and Molyneux, as you can see, not happy with himself there. 2 guys wide open, and Andy, the question begs, the play begs the question, what was the breakdown there in the secondary for the fire department?
Well, this seems to create a little bit of a dilemma for head coach and OC Eddie Romano for the Boldest. It looks like they're abandoning the run game right now. And how could you blame them with all these open receivers?
Exactly. 3rd down, Boldest. Molyneux again with plenty
Another
of
deep
time.
throw. And again.
This time it was intended for number 19.
Had his man. Just a little off behind him.
That was number 15, Lane Rondell Lane.
You know, John, that just goes to show you how important the timing is between these players and what you're able to accomplish in practice and how often you're able to practice. And those are some of the caveats to this league that can be a huge advantage for some teams and a huge disadvantage for others.
Rob Wheeler set to receive the punt. And it's number 50 once again, who's been very busy today, Javid Popal. Fourth down, Popal was roughed up the last time. He gets it off cleanly
Again,
here.
A little pressure on that.
Wheeler with a hesitation.
Oh, big hit.
Again, he is absolutely popped. Andy, I got to tell you, physically, I have been really impressed by this Boldest team. I mean, they have come up with some licks. None better than the one you see right here on the coverage. That was number 16, Christopher Palmer.
Yeah. I think it comes with the profession, which kind of makes me happy to know.
I mean, that's a penalty in the National Football League or in the college game. I got to say, it was a crown of the helmet right to the midsection of Wheeler, and you got to hope that Wheeler is okay. Targeting really should have been the call, in my opinion, on that hit right there.
Well, Wheeler's still out on the field. He's lining up on the left slot here. Conklin's still playing QB back here now. He's looking at Wheeler again and again.
And Wheeler,
they're right on him.
Gets popped by Palmer. Palmer, good anticipation. And no gain on the play, or if it's a gain, it's a very short one. So Conklin getting the nod here in the second quarter. What kind of tackle was that from Palmer? He's got a...
He's a quarterback, John.
But he's a great athlete. You know what? I can't criticize it because he looks so relaxed on that play. He's just like, let me stand him up here a little bit. Now I'll take him down. And either way, Andy, second down now here for the Bravest.
Healing back. Oh, shifted. He's carrying guys.
All the way, rumbling to the 43-yard line. What a run by Elon.
Pickup of about 17 there, John. And they're going quick here. Bad snap. Conklin can't get back to it.
And the flag is going to go against the fire department for, I think it's...
We got a pile up here.
Going to be obstruction. You can't hold on to the guy's leg and prevent him from getting that fumble. And that's what I looked like I saw.
I agree. That's what my initial viewpoint was, but check the replay here if we can get one.
They're peeling guys off of the pile. And we still have not seen a signal, but
there is a flag on the field though, so we'll see what that's about.
Will go to FDNY.
If the flag is for what we think it is, then this is all a moot point. Who's coming up with the ball, but...
And the officials talking it over, and we'll get a look at it right now.
See the low snap.
They tried to hurry that play up, Andy, to catch them off guard, and it comes back to bite FDNY. Right there, that was number 6 that got dragged down, Alonzo Butler. I couldn't see who it was, but you can't do that.
No.
It's really that simple.
All right.
It will be Boldest football. And a huge turn of events here in the second quarter with 9:36 to go. The Boldest in a great position. Let's take a look at it one more time from a little bit further back and a better view, a wider view. So it was on the turnover, or on the fumble, I should say. It was a loose ball.
That might have been Waterman. Just trying to do anything. Give Conklin a chance to jump back on that ball.
3-0 Fire Department.
Well, Bravest penalties has been the Boldest best offense so far today. They're going to start this drive at the 30 going in.
Back under center, it's Josh Molyneux. Molyneux gives, big hit there.
That's Carteron, one of our featured players.
Oh my gosh, Carteron.
We'll get in depth on him in a little bit. But
you can hear that from all the way up here.
Jason Carteron, second year with the team. He's a sure tackler, John.
Molyneux.
He's been
with the handoff. Boom.
It's been an injection of life.
Covered a lot of space. Carteron. And that'll bring up second down.
That pushed him back too, so we're looking at 2nd and 12 here.
Molyneux back to pass. And it's complete on the far side. It was number 13 with the catch. That's Jamal Uri.
Well, Uri finally, they synced up here and finally got their completion, moving the ball a little bit. Not much, but picked up about 5 on that.
In on a tackle for the Fire Department. I think that was Zerbo in number 44. Frank Zerbo Jr. 5'9", 210 out of Engine 160. Said he loves to bring the intensity, Andy, and he'll die out there on the field if he has to in order to bring home the win today.
There are a lot of intense things I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Please do.
But Frank is definitely brings the intensity.
And that was off the hands of number 7 for the Boldest, Darren Wesley. Yeah, Andy, we need to have a what do they call it in the movies? They have the outtakes. We need the Frank Zerbo outtakes at some point. The Firehouse outtakes.
He was on a reality show going back about 10 years ago. I forgot the name of it. It was like a in a game, something to that effect. Yes.
Okay. I think he would kill on a show like that.
Something with the Great Wilderness or something.
How'd he do?
Well.
Oh, ball's popped up in the air. That was number 49 that got his hand on it initially. Jason Carteron.
And that's Darren Payne coming up with the interception.
It was a little volleyball play from Carteron to Payne for the, technically, Andy, the first turnover of the ball game. Am I right for the Fire Department as far as picking up their first?
We had the turnover on the bad snap a moment ago, but yes.
I mean, collecting the first turnover for the Boldest.
Correct.
Oh, what an athletic play by Payne.
Well, he did move from wide receiver over to DB, so he does have the hands capable of catching.
Really, it was Carteron.
Just to finish that story about Zerbo, how did he do? Well, he's still a fireman, John.
Andy, we need you up here more often. I love this. Andy, a longtime firefighter himself, if you're just joining us.
Elam bouncing off tackles. Shifting right to left.
Brought down by number 23 for the Boldest. That would be Jason Wint.
More flags on the field. Savion Adams is fired up. Looks like it's going to be against the Bravest. They're moving back. Let's see what this was.
Wint stays with Elam there. He got a little help from Brett Brown out of the Philadelphia Police Department. And it's now first down. Andy, as you said.
I'll tell you, John, I've been impressed with the Bravest O-line and what it's opened up for Trevor Elam and how he's using these holes to shift and get upfield.
You know what surprised me today, too, has been the O-line for the Boldest. They've given Molyneux a lot of time to throw the ball, but it's all about Calabrese right now. Let's see if he can throw the ball here on first down.
Pete Calabrese back on the center. Well,
a little pump fake and a wide open completion. Threading the needle there. It was number 81.
Oh, I love
That's Tommy Herrick, the veteran of 18 years. with the highlight reel catch. The new father with a big first down, Andy.
That is the very reason right there he came back to play this season. So I'm very happy for Tommy right now. Nice catch over the middle.
And the pump fake there by Calabrese.
Laying out for this one.
And now the older generation connecting for the biggest play of the game so far for FDNY.
Old reliable, 81.
Do we? Can you tell us a little? Do you know what Tommy's daughter's name is, so we can give him a proper shout out?
He had a boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, son. Well, let's start there.
That correction first.
Okay. He told me, I talked to him before the game. He said he had a kid, and I didn't want to do too deep a dive, but Tommy's got a son. Well, that makes sense.
John, we don't even have enough to get professional broadcasters, which is why I'm here. So the crack research team to get you that name.
I want to say hello to Tommy's lovely partner and wish them all the best. And I hope to see his son out here on the gridiron one day doing what Daddy has done so well for 18 years. Hand off to Elam. Elam shifting his way, rumbling and stumbling to the 46-yard line. And it will be, they'll need about 3 yards here, Andy, for the first down. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, he's been the difference in this game so far. Consistently juking and jiving, staying tight in his middle.
Tackle.
Get through that Boldest D line.
Made by Travis Briggins, one of our players to watch for the Boldest. And 5:28 on the clock, and FD putting together a pretty impressive drive as they approach the 50-yard line in midfield.
Calabrese looking.
Too much
back
time
to his
for
right.
Calabrese.
That Jensen.
You talk about a target. He is enormous.
It's hard to miss. But I don't know what was going on there, John. It looked like he was being blocked or something. It didn't. Defender draped on him. Looked like you're not going to get a pass interference call when you're as big as Jensen is. But
take a look at third down right now. 3rd and 4. And we've got Carlos Holmes as one of the wideouts for the fire department. Is that right?
No.
53?
No, you're looking at 83. You're looking at Gerard Waterman here.
That's Waterman, my bad.
No worries.
For the distraction.
No worries.
And a broken play, barely
just short.
A couple of yards, just shy of the first down. So what do you do here, Andy, if your head coach can't peak?
Oh, we're going for this.
I don't know, at the 50? I don't know.
We're going 4th and inches here, right at midfield.
3-0. I don't know. I'm of the think you got to kick this one away, but
Boldest,
apparently not.
The wind is pretty brutal, as we alluded to with the flag before, just being out on the field, and it's cold in this booth too, John. But we're going for this.
Keep
Boldest.
Your eye on Eric Ortega here. That's going to be my call for the fire department.
I think we're going right up the gut with Elam again. Oh, no, it's going to be Calabrese keeping, and they're going together.
And look at the tush push. It was number 28, the caboose.
Another flag. We got to come up with the name for that.
Trevor Elam helping the cause. like they were climbing a ladder.
Yeah, Calabrese does a great job just corralling that high snap to even give him a shot at this.
On the keeper, Calabrese, certainly picked up enough yards, but the question is, what is the call?
Calabrese and Elam look like they were riding a tandem bike on that keep.
And that's going to go against the fire department. Oh my gosh.
All right.
It's going to back it up now to the 44-yard line.
Now you bring out the leg.
And now we'll see Francis Cole out there.
And as we saw before, you have to watch him. This isn't just a guaranteed kick here, especially with the short 5 yards to pick up the first down.
Francis Cole.
Played defensive back as well out of St. Francis Prep before moving into a full-time kicking position.
Wint is back for the Boldest. That's going to take an FD bounce.
Inside the 20, down to about the 17.
Great kick by Cole once again. Folks, we're going to take a brief timeout, but before we go away, I want to tell you a little bit about our sponsors right after this. We'll be back with the NPSFL Game of the Week.
Within the city. This is the 15th largest city in the United States. We're the 17th largest police organization in the United States. We are looked at as one of the premier law enforcement agencies here, not just by design, but by the people that work here. Do you know who make up the people? You all do. So we can't be that agency without you all.
It's signing up for doing something better than and bigger than ourselves. If you want to be part of something that's bigger than you.
This is a huge play for the fire department. 4th down, and they're going for it.
We're back. We had another penalty. So it's back to 4th and inches. Picked up that 5 yards again.
Elam with the carry, and he's got it and then some.
And there was
a big hole for Trevor Elam. Great job once again by the O-line.
Nobody beyond that tackle. So if he could have got through that, we'd be looking at a different score here, John. But the 1st down nonetheless. Bravest continuing to move the ball on the back of Trevor Elam.
Trevor Elam, he's had close to, I'd say close to at least 15 carries in this first half, Andy, if not more. And there's still 3 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Oh, 1st down, Bravest. At Calabrese, he's got Waterman to his left, Twins to his right, and a man in motion. It's Elam in motion as the safety option. On the keeper, Calabrese stays on his feet.
Picks up about 2 or 3.
Coming on for the Boldest for 2nd down is Ivan Manji. Homeland Security, Washington Heights. Ivan Manji with his 1st year on the Boldest.
We're going to give another nod to one of our other sponsors this year, Globe Life Insurance. Globe Life Insurance providing accidental and supplemental health coverage for our first responders for the times we least expect it. It's peace of mind coverage for on and off the job, including accidents and injury, ICU stays, cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. Contact your national rep, Paige Drain, for your free quote today. Just scan the QR code on screen, and Paige will be happy to assist you in crafting a package to suit your needs.
And you can also reach out to the NPSFL via an email at npsfl.network@gmail.com for any sponsorship interests. It's all about the sponsorship and our charitable initiatives that bring so much relief to so many families in need, Andy, from widows, children, education, housing, medical costs for lives that are lost on both sides of the football today, and we'll be talking more about that as the game goes on.
Yeah, and I do have some huge news to share.
Calabrese, beautiful pass, complete to number 3, Rob Wheeler. And it looks like Calabrese is really starting to find a bit of a rhythm here, Andy, as we head towards halftime.
Well, the rhythm's been there. Just they've been met by tacklers as soon as these receptions have happened, as in juxtaposition to the Boldest, who haven't completed many passes to this point. Bravest have been completing passes, just not many yards attached to those.
Andy, don't forget, it was 9 years Calabrese went without playing football until he started just last season. And it's got to be good for his confidence now to get 2 completions in a row. This one, again, it's Wheeler.
Well, I'll tell you, Calabrese does have that reputation. So guys knew who he was. Guys were aware of him. This was a known quarterback coming to play when he joined the team last year.
And a also, you think about the injuries he had last year. Peter Calabrese, of course, out of Tottenville High School in Staten Island in his second year on the fire department in New York. And the competition with Wheeler at QB, and then you had Heedles, who kind of, emerged as the starter. So, he's been through a lot in his first year, and it's good to see him get it going here with 1:53 to go on an impressive drive so far for Fire. Once again, Calabrese from the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Keeper to his left. And finally, he runs it out of bounds, but not before picking up, Andy, about 14 yards on that play.
Yeah, he's going to move the sticks again. He got to about the 12. Maybe they'll give him the 11. And we're knocking on the door again here, John, right before the half.
Calabrese, 3 impressive plays in a row, 2 through the air. That one, he took it upon himself. And I don't know if that was a set play, but Calabrese is orchestrating a Tom Brady-esque drive here as we approach the final.
He's got the hair flowing as
45. He was like a kid in a candy store before the game. And Calabrese now to his right. Oh! And it's intercepted by Witt. And the drive is over as Calabrese is intercepted by number 23 for corrections. It's the kid out of Ohio State, Jason Witt.
Yeah, you mentioned he had 2 pick sixes last week in the Boldest comeback over Roanoke down in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital.
We've seen him go both ways, but defensively he has really stood out.
Looked like Calabrese was looking for the big guy, Jensen, there.
Just a bit underthrown. So again, this defensive battle continues, Andy. Only 3 points scored so far.
I like the aggressiveness, though. I like the play calling here. That was there. It was just a little behind them. Boldest looking to go back to the ground game now.
That was number 31 with the carry, Robert Gay.
Yeah, I think we're going to see them be very conservative here and just run out the clock as we're down to just over a minute before halftime. I wouldn't expect to see much here. I mentioned Travis Briggins, veteran of the Boldest. He scampered for, I remember being about a 50-yard touchdown last year in this game. Haven't seen him on offense much today, but he's capable of that too. So, these conservative run plays can lead to bigger things in this league.
Josh Molyneux now. Back to pass. Wide open on the run through the middle. It was number 15, Rondell Lane, out of the Philadelphia Police Department, and the hurry-up offense is in effect.
Yeah, that was not conservative at all.
And stopping the clock there is Molyneux, wisely spiking the football with 36.6 to go. Hey, Andy, you know what I didn't know? This is considered one of the best high schools in all of Long Island. They've got quite an impressive alumni list as well that have come through here, including politicians, and actors, and directors, and all sorts of fine folks. Anthony Scaramucci, the former White House press secretary. John Cassavetes, the Hollywood director.
Do you consider him the press secretary? Did he make it weak? Did he make it weak?
Yeah, and Kenny Albert, the legendary New York Rangers play-by-play man, is a graduate.
Port Washington alum.
He is.
Bravest, Boldest, I should say, not being conservative at all.
Well, Andy,
going completely against my play calling here.
Zerbo with excellent coverage there. I said, Frank, if you do one thing well, what would you describe yourself as doing well? And he said, one word, coverage. And you saw it right there out of Zerbo, covering a lot of ground, I might add, too, on that incompletion.
Yep.
26 seconds to go. And it's Third down. So much for being conservative, Andy, from the Boldest.
Yeah.
They're going for it.
I'm going to have that edited out.
And Molyneux.
Comes the pressure. And the Bravest get to him in the backfield for the sack.
And who is it once again, Andy?
That's Carteron.
That's Carteron.
Jason Carteron, Jimmy O'Boyle. There's one other guy meeting there for lunch.
Oh my gosh, they were all fired up after that one. That'll bring up fourth down.
Is that 55, Sky Parame?
It was
also
indeed.
on that combo sack. Sky played a little O-line for us as well. John, he was a center for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in his college days. And
D1?
Yeah, he slimmed down a lot, and I guess he got tired of blocking defenders, so wanted to become one himself, and now he's chasing quarterbacks.
Listed at 245.
Good to see him get that sack.
Parami at a ladder 158. And
Queens kid.
I want to make sure, Andy, we can just go on camera right at the conclusion of this first half, because I want to give a special acknowledgement of a dear member of this FDNY team that is no longer with us, and really no words to describe the impact he has had on this program. And this one is going to be punted away. And it will roll to the just inside the 30-yard line. Yeah. 14 seconds to go. 14 and change according to the clock.
What's your call here, John? Because I'm 0 for 1 right now.
I would say they're going to play it safe here, Andy. I 3 points on the board. The last thing you need is another Calabrese interception or a pick six that the Boldest were very effective at doing last week. So I don't know.
Oh,
we'll
no, no. Just set up, take a knee. That's it.
Yeah.
We're going to roll to the half. 3-0 Bravest.
So that's going to do it, folks. At the end of the half, it's the Fire Department of New York 3 and the Boldest nothing. Andy, a bit of a sloppy first half, not a lot of rhythm displayed by either team, but tip your caps to the defense for both the Boldest and the Fire Department of New York.
Yeah, a little bit of shaking the rust off, get familiarized with the new personnel. As we mentioned, there's a lot of turnover year to year. A lot of new players and new faces on this Bravest team. Some familiar faces that have been there in the past, but have now elevated to that first line of either offense or defense, and so they're getting their reps in and getting their feet wet. So yeah, we've also seen the weather conditions change dramatically today from how this day started to where we are currently. It's gotten very cold. It's gotten wet out, so that's had some impact on the game. But we're looking at a 3-0 score. We've had some scoring opportunities. Could be a lot. Could be a little bit more on the board right now, but some of those miscues and picking the end zone, fumble when the Bravest were moving it earlier. So yeah.
Well, it's good to see Conklin get that one big completion, and certainly within the ability of the offense and the Fire Department. What kind of adjustments do you think they'll be making at the half?
I don't think you got to make too many adjustments from what the strategy has been so far for the Bravest. I think the Boldest are probably regrouping a little bit more in the locker room at halftime. I mean, we mentioned the Bravest have been completing their passes. It's just they've been met by tacklers right away. It hasn't been much after the fact, but Elam's been moving the ball, carrying it well. There's been a couple penalties that have negated some of those long carries. But Bravest seem to be operating as they hope to have come out. Like I said, this could be easily another 10 to 14 points on the board for FDNY right now.
Yeah, so some of the highlights, Trevor Elam has been solid at the RB1 position, carrying the bulk of that load on his own. A new quarterback getting his first start to start this 2026 campaign in Calabrese. Still a bit of a work in progress for Calabrese. What are your predictions here in the second half?
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they go with the dual approach at quarterback again, or if give them, one of them get into a rhythm. But, John, I think we're going to go to a commercial break and cut this to give everybody a chance to regroup. And we'll come back and we'll break down the first half a little bit more in the second half preview. And there were a couple other things you wanted to mention.
Yeah, we'll do a very well-deserved tribute to one of our fallen team members, and looking forward to talking a little bit more about that when we come back. So it's 3-0 at the half, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to set the table for the second half. John Heffernan alongside Andy Singleton. Don't go anywhere. It's a tight one, and I expect a more productive offensive second half for both the Boldest and FDNY. We'll see you back here in a little bit. We'll be back with the NPSFL Game of the Week right after this.
After 9/11, we drove down West Side Highway. This trip kind of reminds me of that day on the West Side Highway where we're in a van and we're driving down there and I'm sitting with 5 or 6 other officers and we're crying like little babies, like children.
Oh shit.
And you get off that van and walk to the building and everyone's clapping and just cheering and saying, "Hey man, thank you. This was really special." And it made me feel special and brought me back to that day, and that was really cool.
Hi everybody. Welcome to the Gary Sinise Foundation. We want you to enjoy your time here for our Nashville Salutes Heroes. This is our very first one, and you're the very first.
Oh my gosh, look, his wig. Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. Without the Gary Sinise Foundation and without the heart that Gary has, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And to have all of these people around us that have been on the same journey that we have is just humbling, and we can't say thank you enough.
What's important about this is community.
So I invited my buddies here from CSI New York, and you'll probably see some pictures of these guys on the walls around here somewhere. There's a few back there. You'll have to look for them hard. You know, we've kept them.
I'm going to rearrange it when
I know, he will. Somebody walk with him from the foundation. Make sure he doesn't steal anything.
Coming here, put a smile on somebody's face is great, but to me, it's such an honor to get to shake these men and women's hands and get to spend time with them.
So we have a lot of stuff planned. You didn't know you were going to the Opry last night, right? Yeah, so the Opry was cool, huh?
It was a surprise seeing Gary. It was awesome to see him and get to take some pictures on Forrest Gump bench.
Here you go, Forrest. All right, yeah. When I heard you were coming, I was really happy. Here, you get to hold a box of chocolate.
Right here,
My sister-in-law and my wife came out and played in Santa Rosa.
Where is that? Oh, this is Santa Rosa after the fire.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Wow, where is that?
Gold Star Mothers Concert, Little Creek Base, Virginia.
He gave each of us time and sat with us and shook our hand and hugged us. It was so cool to be seen after. You never feel seen or understood. He really does understand.
You are the only one who supports first responders. Thank you. This is my brother. He was killed 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
He sat down with me on the Forrest Gump bench and he talked to me like I was an old friend, you know?
You don't have to thank me. This is all about thanking you.
You know, as first responders don't like somebody.
You'll like these.
As a car nut, we pull into the Tennessee Speedway there, and I'm like, nah. The minute we got off the bus, one of the first cars I saw was a white 67 Nova that was almost a sister to mine.
I drove across country twice in a Suburban like that. My dad had a Suburban like that.
To walk around and see all these cars and big ones and little ones, and then obviously again with the entrance into the stadium that came right back again. It rained a little bit, and it didn't matter.
When I got hurt, it was on a rainy day in 2019, and I haven't been able to spend a good day in the rain ever since. Memories, PTSD, just all the flashbacks. I don't consider it a coincidence that it rained. I made new memories. I sat out there in the rain. I had my little rain poncho on, sat in those seats, and I enjoyed every second of that concert because it felt like a new step.
I partook in the line dancing on the rooftop. He not so much, but it was such a blast, and seeing the accessibility instructor too, and seeing our friends that are disabled out on the dance floor was just so heartwarming, and they all were smiling and living their best life, and that was just such a great moment.
5, 6, 7. You're gonna pull that right leg out and you're gonna slap that leg and you're gonna
and everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same. 'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. What? Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
We got to go to the listening room, hear some amazing songwriters.
Just to have that quality of entertainment, I mean, it was really, really good.
My grandfather's in the Navy, so this is very important to me.
I see you walking over my way.
We're taking 20 songwriters. We're going to come out of here with 20 songs that have been written on the spot by the people that are served by the Gary Sinise Foundation.
This open seat next to me.
I think our song came out very well.
Give it all we sacrifice to any time.
Writing the song for me was very therapeutic. Just getting some words on paper.
But we'll pay that price. Being able to work with a writer to compose our own song was absolutely phenomenal. Be the light, this world full of darkness will always be that light.
That's good.
Every time we turn around here, I'm just amazed. We're here at the Copperline Ranch, which is the previous home and owned by Kenny Rogers, gambler. We walked in and first thing they said, food. Go get some food. You get some barbecue.
So being here with other first responders and military folks, just being recognized and seeing the love, feeling the love and the gratitude is overwhelming.
Got to see some demonstrations of the barbecue and the smokers.
I grill almost every single day. I had the backyard pitmasters out here and they helped me learn about smoking. Looking forward to going home and trying it out.
They said, go pick out a hat. And I was like, are you serious?
There you go.
Better. This has been so much fun. I haven't stopped smiling. Yes, I've had a lot of tears, but new memories and new friendships. I've bonded like we've been lifelong friends.
The word that continues to come up is genuine. Everything here is genuine caring, authentic, and it's hard to express. It's been fantastic.
Ah, good to see you. I'm going to take you in.
Good to see you, sir.
Come on. Look what I got for you. You got a gold record?
I'm gonna what? I got a gold record.
You do.
I knew my sweet voice would make it happen.
We received a golden album that we got for our songwriting that we did yesterday. I mean, that blew me away. The generosity that comes from Gary and the foundation is just, there's no words for it. There's no words for it.
I don't say this to too many people, but when I do, I really mean it. You're a great man.
Thank you. It's amazing. It's something that we're not used to.
This is such a wonderful event and our way to say thank you to all the men and women who serve our country and protect our cities. That's what this is all about.
people like Gary that actually step up and do stuff like this. I can guarantee you that nobody here would ever get the opportunity to do these things if it wasn't for him and his help.
For those of you that don't like surprises, that's just a tradition for these events. We like surprises at the Gary Sinise Foundation. Please welcome Big and Rich.
Give it up for the redneck woman, Mrs. Reggie! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. Larry Gatlin.
Said goodbye to the dream as he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue.
This family is so much bigger than I ever thought it was, and my heart hurts knowing that people have been where I am and will continue to be, but my heart is also full knowing that we all have a place like this. That doesn't matter where you serve, law enforcement, military branch, whatever. It's home.
Today we get a closer look at some of our country's bravest citizens. Today we get a closer look at some of our country's bravest citizens. Today we get a closer look at some of our country's bravest citizens and heroes among us. It's a clear blue sunny day in New York City, and Frank Siller is walking towards the Freedom Tower in the heart of Manhattan. For the last 21 years, his mind goes back to a day that we'd all like to forget.
I want you all to know.
But he and his family are on a mission to make sure that September 11th is never forgotten. Like many New Yorkers, he was personally affected by the tragedy that unfolded that day.
Well, Stephen was the youngest of 7. He was our little brother, the Siller family. When he was born, my father was 49 and my mother was 44. So he was our little miracle. I was closest in age with Stephen, and I was 14 years older than him. And then as Stephen was growing up, our dad passed away when he was 8.5 years old. And I remember how upset we all were, but most certainly Stephen was devastated.
Raised by his older brothers, he was attracted to a life of service, in large part due to the influence of a family that took great pride in helping others.
On September 11, 2001, Stephen was just finished his night tour in Squad 1 in Brooklyn. He was on his way home, actually, to play golf, but he heard on his radio scanner that the towers were hit. He drove back to his firehouse. His company had already responded, so he drove back to his firehouse and got his gear. Put his gear in his truck, drove to the mouth of the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Now, this tunnel connects Brooklyn with downtown Manhattan. It's not far away from Ground Zero when you come out the other side of the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. The tunnel was closed for security reasons, so there's an eyewitness that told me that Stephen's car came to a screeching halt. He hopped out, put his gear on, and jogged into that tunnel. And he ran through that tunnel, which is nearly 2 miles long. Last seen alive, west on Liberty Street, went into what we believe was the South Tower, because that's where all 11 Squad 1 members that he worked with perished. No doubt up the stairs, saving people, but while doing so, he gave up his own life. You know, finding out what he did that day, we knew as a family we wanted to do something to honor his sacrifice. A friend of my brother Stephen's, Billy Codd, called me up. He said, Frank, how about if we do a run? I said, Billy, you know, that's great. I don't mind doing a run, but, you know, I want to do something very unique. It's very special. He goes, I'm talking about a run through the tunnel like Stephen did. I was overcome with emotion, because when you hear the right thing, there's no doubt that you have to do it.
That epiphany sounded great on paper, but Frank wondered if he would ever be able to cut through the red tape necessary to shut down a major artery in the heart of the city.
All we want to do is retrace his final heroic footsteps. The guy's overcome with emotion, gets out from the back, hugs me, he's crying. And he says, we're going to get this done. He calls up somebody from the Bridge and Tunnel Authority. In 15, 20 minutes, we had the streets closed and the tunnel closed. And it was the beginning of a miracle, of many miracles that were to be.
The first event in 2002 drew approximately 1,500 participants. Now, 20 years later, the run is expected to draw upwards of 40,000, with people from all walks of life eager to be a part of honoring the fallen and giving back to the countless heroes who were born out of our nation's darkest hour.
We have 2,500 West Point cadets that run in cadence. We have the Marines Corps. We have cops from all over the United States, firefighters that run in gear from all over the United States. They all want to emulate what my brother did, you know, running in gear. It's just a very emotional event. So it's grown to be this incredible event. It's the most important event that we do every year because our first mission at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is to never forget.
Tunnel to Towers has impacted thousands of lives since its inception. Everything from mortgage-free homes for fallen first responders to golf outings, and of course, the event that started it all, the 5K run that traces the heroic path of Stephen Siller.
Stephen Siller will be remembered as being a hero because he laid down his life for his country.
And welcome back, everybody, to our NPSFL Game of the Week. Halftime almost complete. John Heffernan alongside Andy Singleton. 3-0 to score. Fire Department of New York on the Francis Cole field goal. Andy, we talked about adjustments perhaps at halftime. I mean, why not start John Conklin, who had the biggest pass play of that first half? Nothing against Calabrese, but something to get this offense going. They've got to do something here. 3 points, kind of unacceptable.
I got to take issue with that because I think they've been moving the ball pretty well. I think it's just been the couple of penalties that we mentioned. The adjustments made at halftime, though, we'll see how they come out. We're about to kick off the second half right now. I would have made an adjustment to my FD stuff, but it's all short sleeves. John's made the adjustment to the Boldest, so we'll see where we go.
That's right. I'm going to catch a lot of grief, but we have the temperatures that continue to fall here in Nassau County, Long Island, New York, and it's cold to kick for the fire department. And a pretty decent return.
It's Wint on the return. He's been all over the field, John, on both sides of the ball. He had that pick in the end zone that we mentioned that would have changed your feelings on the Bravest offense. But now you see him on kick returns, and we saw him split out wide on a couple routes on the offensive side of the ball as well. So they've been moving them all over the place here.
And living up to the reputation, despite a missed catch in that first half. Wint gives the Boldest the football at the 34-yard line. And once again, it's Molyneux. This time,
he's a little change of direction, but the defense is there to meet him.
What a hit right towards the end of that play by number 51 for the FDNY.
Saw daylight for a brief second. And then the red wave.
That was Jimmy O'Boyle laying down the hammer towards the end of the play. A couple of defenders, and then boom, Boyle.
It was Ruggieri initially, initial contact, one of the players I was talking about earlier.
Ruggieri, Cortland State guy. And the pass from Molyneux, and it's complete to number 15.
Good tackle by Carteron.
Rondell Lane.
Prevent that from going any further.
Picks up a few. And they'll need about 4 yards here, Andy, on third down. But really important to set, to set the stage, set the tempo to start this second half. And the Boldest have come out firing. Big play here for corrections. And a pass again, Molyneux. Oh! Beautiful catch by number 7, their go-to receiver, Darren Wesley. A big first down for the Boldest as they get to the 46-yard line. And we'll take a look at it one more time. Molyneux with, again, plenty of time, that one-on-one coverage, and finding a seam there was number 7, Darren Wesley.
Yeah, you keep mentioning the big arm of Molyneux, and they've been flirting with success the whole first half, so it's not surprising to see them coming out throwing the ball like this.
Another completion to Lane for corrections. And that'll bring up second down. Number 9 coming out onto the field. Kazmanat, the 46-year-old who does cryotherapy and hot yoga. This guy works on his body. He texted me at 3 o'clock in the morning a week ago, as he's got to be up as a U.S. Marshal working on a lot of different cases. Seeing him out on the field right now.
Ball's on the turf. Loose ball here, John. We got a scrum.
The give was to number 27, Threadgill.
This might be a turnover here, John. A lot of Bravest hands pointing in their direction.
Including Jimmy O'Boyle, who takes one last look.
Adamantly pointing, I might add. Sorting this one out.
It looks like it will stay with the Boldest, Andy. And that'll bring up third down. But an impressive drive so far here to start this third quarter. And credit Josh Molyneux, after taking a year off, back as the starter for the Boldest out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He grew up in Northeast Philly, making the trek up to Long Island today. Oh, beautiful play. That was number 6.
Timmy Dollison, the new captain, breaking that up.
I thought Darren Payne was in.
Oh,
on
you're
that
right.
too.
That is. I'm sorry. You're right. That's Darren
all right.
Payne.
Darren Payne locked in, and he had sort of an eye on the quarterback and the eye on his responsibility. Perfect job by Payne in the secondary. Boom. And, you look at that positioning by Payne, Andy. You as a former coach, he's aware of the quarterback, Molyneux, but staying with this guy as well, and just put up that left hand for the deflection.
Yeah, we saw Payne with the pick in the first half. I mentioned he came over. He was playing wide receiver for a few seasons.
Molyneux again to the air. This time he finds Cam Palmer past the 30-yard line for a first down. Or that was number 7. I'm sorry, Darren Wesley.
Yeah, these slants on the left side to Wesley have been finding success for the Boldest.
And this is a whole new looking Boldest team here in the third quarter. A little bit of a sidearm there from Molyneux.
Grab to secure that.
And in on the coverage for the fire department, that was number 22, Romney. So it's first down Boldest in the opening drive. Going to the air early is Molyneux, and he's going to go again.
Another pass here.
Rolling out to his right.
He's got Lane, Rondell Lane.
And a couple of extra yards after the catch for Lane. And another first down for the Boldest.
All of a sudden, the Boldest are moving the ball at ease, John. This looks like a completely different team than the first half.
Last year, the fire department with the 26-20 win in a must-win game for them last year.
They were all must-win, John.
Well, as far as national championship contention was concerned, that, of course, going to the Chicago Enforcers, who are off to another good start here in 2026 in the NPSFL. Molyneux again, and he will go to the air.
He's got him.
And again, there's been 2 or 3 of those we've seen, Andy, where Molyneux, he's just led his receiver once again a little too much. That was number 7, his favorite target, Darren Wesley.
We mentioned when we went through the starting lineups, we had Khalifa Forbes in there starting a corner. He's actually out today, which has affected a little bit of the depth in the secondary for the Bravest.
Mentioned John Moody retiring another guy that had a huge impact on this secondary.
Yep.
Not in the game today, obviously.
Yep.
And there comes the pressure. And you got to love the blitz shown there, led by number 50 for the fire department. And that was Ruggieri, the first-year player out of Cortland State.
Yeah, you mentioned John Moody, no longer with the team. Christian Malara, another long-time safety in the secondary. Also retiring from football after last season. So new look for this Bravest defense.
We're here in the third quarter. Fire department leads 3-0. An impressive drive here by the Boldest. And Molyneux again, back to pass. With time towards the corner, and it's overthrown. His intended receiver was Alonzo Butler.
Okay, we got a little extracurricular here after the whistle.
We mentioned it, Andy. You mentioned the rivalry. We mentioned the physicality that the Boldest has displayed, and fire department pushing back a little bit here.
Yeah.
That was number 9. I'm sorry. Kaz Manat, not number 6. My apologies to Kaz. I'm not going to hear the end of that one. Also, did we get Elam's name right? I think we got a couple of calls.
A couple calls that I was butchering Trevor's name, and either he's the nicest guy in the world and has never corrected me, or I have been saying it correctly. So the jury's out on that one.
Well, Manat was open, but a little bit overthrown. And that's going to set up the field goal attempt.
This is a huge kick right here, John.
It's number 50, Javid Popel. And it will be from 33 yards. And that's going to be wide right. So
I've already shown my bias towards Bravest kicker Francis Cole. But it just goes to show how much of an asset that is to be able to just feel confident in any field goal you kick in this league.
Well, credit the defense after an impressive couple of first downs, Andy. You figured the Boldest would come away with something in this drive, and they are shut out to preserve this 3-0 lead.
Well, we mentioned they put up 33 in the second half to come back against Roanoke last week, and this is so far a second half team, and they came out guns blazing, so that was a huge stop.
Hey, we got a shot there of Matt Giannatino, of course, the Stepinac High School coach that also helps out here with the Boldest. Was the head coach at a private prep school in Connecticut.
Trevor Elam,
man,
working the right side up the field again.
And we got a flag on the play.
And
that may come back.
This has been the Achilles heel all day for this offense.
And a big hole there for Elam.
Elam runs past the yard markers and it gets called back. This is the third time we've seen this.
Again, every time either of these teams seems to get some momentum, it's shut down. You know, Andy, we talked about that fourth down that the FD went for in that first half of the fake punt. Perhaps it's time to show a little desperation as far as play calling and trying to pull all the right different pieces, puzzles, puppets, call it what you want.
Well, the way Elam's moving the ball, I think you just keep riding this until you can't do it anymore, until they take the lead, and you got to start airing it out. But
that was a snap, a high one to Calabrese. Calabrese gets the play call as he runs back to the huddle.
Yeah, Danny Oliver, number 99 for the Bravest, arguably one of, if not the best center in this league, but has had some difficulties with some snaps in the past. We've seen a couple of those today. One of them turned out to be huge with a low snap that eventually turned out to be a turnover in the Boldest favor.
On second down, it'll be the fire department football from their own 22-yard line.
Elam again.
Another big run from Elam. No flags on the play. And that's going to be a first down for FDNY.
John, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm going to keep doing it because he's moving the ball phenomenally well.
And going to his right, shifts over to his left, and finally dragged down by number 21 for the Boldest. And that was George Lutz out of Philadelphia. Casmanot very responsible for recruiting these Philly guys, along with Ivan Manji in his first year.
Ivan, formerly of Tri-State, the Shields.
And this one up the gut, smash mouth football. It's Sumter.
The bus powering through the middle.
With his biggest run of the ball game, Andy, and it came at a great time. Another first down as the fire department is past midfield. And the hesitation there and selling it well is Calabrese. And you talked about the bus. Well, he's driving that right up Broadway as the ball now in the territory of the Boldest. And this is just kind of old school football, Andy.
Hey,
run
working.
And gun.
It's working right now, John. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That'll bring up second down from the 45-yard line. 6 and change here in the third quarter. Can one of these teams put the ball in the end zone? It's looking good right now on this drive, and it's Elam again. And he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Got some new receivers on the field for the Bravest. Number 16, Victor Torres. He's been playing quarterback the last couple years. Now moves over to wide receiver. And Eric Ortega is now back into the mix. Captain, longtime veteran, former Pace University wide receiver. One of the most consistently successful receivers in Bravest history.
Yeah, tackle, sorry, Andy, was made by Justin Griffin, and a timeout on the field. And now a good time, Andy, perhaps to talk a little bit about a guy whose loss is certainly being felt here today, and none other than number 13, Joe Herman. And we could put the camera on us here. Terrific. There we go. Andy, you know, I know how much Joe meant to you and all of his teammates. Really the face of this team for so many years, the wide receiver position, and battled injuries and different things, and tragically lost his life last Labor Day weekend in a tragic motorcycle accident. I just wanted to say hi to his mom, Irene, and, of course, his daughter, Lacey, and just let his family know we're thinking about him here today. The team obviously wearing number 13 on their helmets all season long. And just tell us what Joe meant to you.
Yeah, Joe was a very amazing individual. Just had an extraordinary life. Maxed out everything he did. There was so many things about Joe that honestly a lot of people learned after his passing. Just how many lives he touched, how many people knew him, what his impact was on so many. It was Labor Day weekend. I still shake my head just in shock and disbelief that it's reality. But Joey grew up around the team. He was the ball boy for this Bravest team, and became one of its best, if not its best player in his time. And just kept coming back. He was also a phenomenal lacrosse player, and there's actually a game in his honor today that the FDNY lacrosse team is playing down the road here on Long Island. So it will never feel real, even though we know it is. And we'll never stop talking about him. We'll never forget him, and his name and legacy will live on.
Vinny Sheeta was telling me a story, Andy, about Joe in one of the Fun City Bowls. He was on a really bum ankle, and he pleaded with Vinny. He said, put me in, they'll key on me, I'll act as a decoy, and the winning touchdown pass was thrown due to Joe Herman's selflessness on that play, and I think it's a good example of just the kind of football player he was, and even a better guy off the field. And you hear things like that thrown around a lot. I remember talking to Tommy Herrick the day after Joe passed, and Tommy and Joe were arguably best friends, and Tommy said he's with us here today, and Tommy pointed to the sky before the game, and I think that sentiment is held by many here today.
Yeah, Joe was the consummate teammate. Oh, here we go. Here's a pick six.
How fitting! I think Joe Harmon might have had a little something to do with that one.
I think you might be right.
The big interception for the pick six. That's number 8 for the fire department, Timmy Dollison. And yes, it's a ton of turnover, but we got our first touchdown of the ball game.
Well, let's watch this replay, but it's kind of eerie that you mentioned that, because you're talking about friendships, and Timmy Dollison, who I mentioned was just named captain on Friday, he played at Temple. He and Joe had battles. They were as close as anybody. They loved each other, so to be talking about Joe and to just see that happen, that's pretty surreal. Joe was always a team-first guy in everything.
And it's funny, that really is special. I knew the play was continuing, but I wanted to give Joe the time he deserved. And I think that is his way of telling us, hey, man, let's get back to football. I'll take care of it from here.
Yeah, Joe
was beautiful.
Joe would not want us talking about him right now.
Well, Joe, we love you. We're thinking of you and your family, your daughter Lacey, your mom Irene, and thank you for all the memories. You will truly be missed, and you're with us here in spirit today. We'll be back after this.
If any first responder or Gold Star widow has someone die in the line of duty and they leave a young family behind, we pay every mortgage off in America.
Which is such a humane thing to do, to take care of the people that are taking care of us.
Exactly. It's simple.
It's really simple math.
People know that when they make a donation, their money is going to go to these heroes.
True. It's like guaranteed in the bank. This is money well spent, and you know exactly where it's going. Please donate $11 a month at t2t.org.
As we thank all who have served, we also renew our commitment to those who need us most. Together, we can ensure that our severely wounded veterans have homes where their service is honored each and every day. To all our veterans, we salute you, we thank you, and we stand with you, always.
And welcome back to Schreiber High School in Long Island, New York. After the pick six from Dollison, the extra point was missed by Francis Cole, if you can believe that. A gang tackle here by the fire department.
John, quite frankly, I'm very disappointed in Francis. I can't believe he missed it. We're going to have a talk later.
Well, he's human after all.
I think he's earned one.
My gosh. We'd have to go way back, Andy, to find the last time Francis Cole has missed an extra point.
I think this might be the first time.
Either way, it's a 9-0 fire department lead with 4:13 remaining in the third quarter.
Francis has a younger brother, Owen, who's also a kicker. Phenomenal in college as well. Hopefully will be a firefighter at the FDNY someday soon.
So once again, through the air, this time it's intended for Palmer, and Palmer
going backwards here.
Cuts back towards the center of the field. We haven't heard a lot of Cam Palmer today, the dynamic receiver who started a QB last year in this game.
Yeah, Cam's been on the quieter side, but I mentioned there's a lot of dynamic athletes on this Boldest team, specifically at the skill position on both sides of the ball.
And it's now second down from the 37-yard line.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about one of our other sponsors, especially out here on Long Island, Bolivar's Restorations. They are based out of Long Island, and Bolivar's is in the business of helping people. Knowing how devastating a disaster can be, they are committed to providing whatever it takes to minimize physical damage. Bolivar's Restorations are the disaster experts you can trust.
And that'll bring up third down from the 39-yard line. FD looking for the stop. They're in a 2-1-3 set on defense, and FD jumps off sides. And it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be a first down, Andy. Another costly penalty for the fire department, and that'll move the sticks.
Yeah, it hasn't cost them the lead, John, but it's cost them some comfortability.
Well, the only offensive points we've seen today from Francis Cole on the field goal, and the pick six from Dollison has brought us to this point here. 2:20 to go. First down, Boldest.
I'll tell you, John, the penalties have been about even on both teams, but the ones the FDNY have committed have been more devastating. I mentioned 2 to 3 big runs that were called back.
Molyneux going deep. No flag. Excellent coverage by number 23 for the FDNY, Zane Denoon.
Yeah, first time mentioning Zane's name today, but he's one of the younger guys, newer guys on the team that there's a lot of excitement about in bridging the gap from the former regime to the next wave.
6 feet, 195 at a battalion 23. So Zane with good coverage there. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
I believe this is year 3 for Zane.
Molyneux again in the air.
Heard the footsteps there, John.
A little bit of butterfingers too from Jamal Uri, as he couldn't hang on. I don't know how much difference it would have made.
Felt the heat coming.
We'll take a look at it one more time. As Molyneux throws to his right. Yeah, bearing down was Dollison, who's certainly made the play of the game here today thus far.
Winding down here, under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Still anybody's game.
Molyneux again, going deep into double coverage. And a great job by the FDNY. Zane in on the play again. So Boldest will have to kick. We'll have to punt it here.
Yeah, that was an impressive stop here by the Bravest after giving up that first down on the penalty.
Andy, you mentioned it earlier, only 4 games on the schedule. There's no real time to make excuses. Just got to continue to grow with a lot of new faces on this fire department team. We're going to get a chance to look at their offense one more time. And a high snap. What a beautiful recovery.
It was.
And a little Garo Yepremian. What is the flag? The busted punt.
And there is the flag.
And it was
pass interference.
Ron Augustus. I can't believe that Javid Popal was even able to get that off, the punter for the Boldest.
I mean, just to corral this snap was pretty impressive, John.
It was. I mean, it was a one-hander, and he's a big guy. He got up high enough to bring it down, and then had the wherewithal to get a pass off to Augustus.
Made that look easy.
Throwing to his right. And the flag will go against the Bravest. My, oh my.
Yeah, this has been a problem all day. These penalties have been huge at the worst possible times.
The fire department continues to provide break after break for the Boldest. This time on a spectacular play from the Boldest with nothing going on. Their punter, he easily could have thrown that away or thrown an interception, and the Boldest catch the break. And we'll walk towards the 40-yard line.
Yeah, this is the most the Boldest have moved it all day.
So it will be first down at the 40. Molyneux to the air once again. And it looks like it hit the ground. Pass intended for Lane.
I hope that
whistled down, so it will be an incomplete pass.
we got replay on the broadcast, but the refs don't have access to replay. So let's see what they saw on field as we watch this.
Ooh, maybe not.
I think they're going to give him the catch and call him down by contact there. That would put him at the 18.
My gosh. They're taking full advantage of this new lease on life.
No, they're walking back, John. They might have called this incomplete.
Take a look at it one more time. I initially thought it skimmed off the turf, but that first replay,
it looked clean.
It looked clean, like right into the breadbasket. He was running into the end zone, thinking it was clean as well, was Lane.
Well, they're going to call it incomplete. Real time from our angle, it initially looked like it skipped. That replay looked like it was clean.
So the Bravest catch a break of their own.
Probably just created some controversy with those last comments about that catch.
Well, either way, it's second down. And Molyneux gives, as he throws across his body, the right-handed quarterback. Incomplete to number 14, Augustus. Augustus was the one that had the pass interference called against him on that botched punt.
Third and long here, looking at full 10. I want to say this is going to be 4-down territory for them, given how they've been moving the ball this half and what the current score is.
Well, Andy, we can't sort of underscore the importance enough of that completion, which was ruled incomplete. A no catch. That really could have changed everything for FDNY. Molyneux again steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right.
Big hit.
The pressure is on. I just love the ground covered there in quick succession by Ruggieri. Ruggieri just exploded into Molyneux.
Yeah, he's somebody the coaches are excited about.
Yeah, he's
a playmaker.
The speed is incredible from Ruggieri.
He looks the part too.
40 seconds to go, or 30, depending on which clock we're looking at.
They're going to kick it here.
And once again, it's been a very active punter, Javi Popal, back once again for the Boldest. And Wheeler.
Another bad snap. Handled well.
Wheeler's going to let that one roll as it's way in front of him.
Pooch rolls down to about the 15. Is that the 15? No, the 10. Down to the 10. So
the FD backed up as the third quarter coming to a close.
Hey, John, I'm going to take this opportunity to share with you and share with everybody listening and watching the National Public Safety Football League, the NPSFL network that we've created here, started last year. We're about to officially form a collaboration with Red Coral Universe, which is a streaming platform, totally free. You can download their app or you can watch them online. They've firmly committed to the NPSFL and to airing our games, trying to help us find more funding to be able to provide more coverage of more games. This is going to be a multi-year commitment.
Well, that's amazing news, Andy. We want to thank you for all your hard work. Where can we find Red Coral, and how do we get up and running if you're at home watching?
Yeah, so as we transition into next season, our games will still be live on this YouTube channel, NPSFL Network. The replays will be available. Our archive seasons are also available on Red Coral Universe this year. Going forward, the live coverage will be on Red Coral. It's Red Coral Universe, REDCORAL, universe.com. And they're kind of like a hybrid of Netflix and YouTube, where they curate what's on there. And there are some pop-up ads that come in, strategically placed. There's no charge to download the app or to watch anything on there. The way you can support the league is by letting those commercials play. There's no more than a minute-long break to watch those commercials. Same thing like if you watch, any of these streaming apps now where a pop-up comes up. That's how you can support the league, by just simply letting the commercial play. But yeah, we're truly excited. They have some other sports on their platform currently that speak to the level that we're at, and I'm excited about it. It's hopefully going to be beneficial for the league, the teams in it, increase our awareness, our exposure. Part of the reason I was so adamant about broadcasting these games was to preserve what these guys are putting out there on the field. You mentioned Tommy Herrick. Tommy can show his son now, 20 years from now, you see, I did have a catch, and there it is. Like, it's not just folklore anymore. Back in our day, it used to be, I heard this guy could take a quarter off the top of a backboard, and it was like, whoa, But now we can actually see it, and we have the technology to do it, and that's the whole mission of what the NPSFL network is. So,
well, it sounds like a broadcast partner that is right in the wheelhouse for this league, the National Public Safety Football League. And so important from an identity point of view, too, to have a go-to place week in and week out where our fans can consume this incredible content and the incredible games all season long. So it's Red Coral
Universe.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate, Andy, the update on that as this league continues to evolve and grow. Andy said we've got the NPSFL network on YouTube, and now a Red Coral Universe. Red Coral Universe, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the latest.
It's a difficult thing that for several years now, the national narrative on first responders has been down, particularly against law enforcement, which is half our league. So being able to broadcast these games and tell these guys stories is hopefully changing the narrative into a more positive light and reflection on these careers that provide such quality lives for everybody you see playing today.
Speaking of stories, there's another new player for you guys this year that I wanted to talk a little bit about, Greg Kalinsky. And he said one of the reasons he's playing in this season on this team for Fire, it's his fifth year in the league, first year with Fire. His wife is the granddaughter of the former Deputy Chief of Special Ops, Ray Downey, who died on 9/11. It's just a great example of what this means to the players. And to be able to convey that to our viewers, friends, and family is so important. So Greg Kalinsky, great job, buddy. And his wife, the granddaughter of the famous Ray Downey, the former Special Ops Deputy Chief. He said, John, that's why I'm playing today. It's the reason why I'm playing, all for the Downey family and for Deputy Chief Ray Downey's sacrifice on 9/11.
The Downey name is synonymous with the FDNY. It continues to this day. This third generation currently going strong right now.
Kalinsky played at Cortland State. And it's the big fella. I'm surprised we haven't called his name more today, Andy. But a big reception once again by the big tight end for the fire department.
One of the more confident players you'll meet as well. He will tell you, throw me the ball every time. And he's so far 2 for 2.
Big catch as Calabrese finds a wide open number 85, Jensen. Look at the tackle attempt by number 4 for the Boldest, who was like David and Goliath. That was Briggins hanging on for dear life.
He's a large individual.
And that one right up the middle, and Elam again. You know, without the luxury of statistics here, Andy, he's got to be getting close to 100 yards. Or you're going to go 1,000?
Yeah,
he's got to be over 100 at this stage.
Oh, he's had a few big ones called back by the penalties on the line, false starts and holds. So he could easily tack on another 30 to 40. That will be negated in the official record keeping. But yeah, he's looked very impressive today. You can see why he was an all-city running back out of Wagner High School back in his time. I think that was a 2011 season before going on to Hartwick College.
Second down now for Fire. On the far side, Ortega.
Captain
juke as he finally gets pushed out, but not before picking up an FDNY first down. And Andy, a great strategy right now. Just keep running the ball, pass it here and there, chew up as much clock as possible as we're under now the 11-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd stop running the ball right now when you got Trevor Elam carrying the load like this. But again, Ortega missed the first half. Did not get in the game in the first half. And you see the dynamic ability he has with the ball in his hands. His footwork is impeccable as he's able to extend plays and get up the field. So you're tempted to throw the ball here too.
First down, Boldest.
It looked like the bus motoring through for another, move the pile for another 4.
Big tackle by George Lutz for the Boldest. What do you think of Calabrese so far, Andy, in this drive in particular?
He's looked good. He's poised in the pocket. He wants this role. I can tell you that firsthand. He wants this role. He's embraced it and does not look. No nerves going whatsoever. So, you know, for a guy who, this is really his shot at it. He got sporadic time last year, as you mentioned. You know, threw one touchdown pass to Wheeler. I believe that was the corrections game. But his playing time was a little, you know, all over the place. So this is his first real opportunity, and doesn't look fazed by it whatsoever. I'm happy for him.
Well, he also called John Conklin one of his best friends on the team. And he said, we're two of the most competitive guys around. So to have this friendly competition, which isn't always friendly as far as both of them wanting that starting position, but it's been Calabrese with more of the snaps here today in the home opener for the 2026 Fire Department of New York. And it's really a role that either one of these guys has the opportunity to make their own. But Calabrese certainly in the conversation today.
You mentioned Johnny Conklin. He's played for a couple teams in this league. He's seen all the peaks and the highs and lows of this league. Who could ever forget, what was it, 2022, his game-winning drive against the NYPD in the Fun City Bowl? I mean, this is one of the, I don't want to say underappreciated, but often overlooked, maybe one of the most overlooked players in the history of the last 10 years of this league. But John Conklin's had tremendous success. So to see him being that veteran leader and encouraging Calabrese to take the reins, that's what this is all about, right?
We mentioned no Eric Flowers today. Also no Kasim Thomas, your RB2. So we talked about, I said 3 points is unacceptable. A couple key pieces out for FDNY. But Andy, offensively, but how about this bagel on the board for a team that put up 33 points last week? I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to this defense of the fire department.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I was wanting to see how the depth would hold up for this team because the frontline starters, you see Pete here trying to elude Boldest in the backfield.
Brett Brown comes in for the tackle, and Calabrese wanders over to the sideline to get the play call, and it's brought in by number 18. That's Kasim Thomas. So on second down, I don't know. I'm sorry, not Kasim Thomas. What am I talking about? We were just talking about.
It was a QB scramble there.
So on the far right, it's number 16, the receiver, Victor Torres.
Maybe we'll see earlier, Vic moving over from the QB depth chart.
And handoff again.
It's just set it and forget it with Elam up the middle.
And that will get the ball out to about the 35-yard line with 7:30 to go.
I mean, he's averaging nearly 10 yards per carry at this point. And they're all up the gut.
It'd be good to see that hard work pay off and translate into a touchdown offensively, if not just for the psyche of this offensive unit for the fire department, Andy. They've worked very hard on the hard charging running of Elam, and there he is again.
Just keeps chugging. Look at that dive for another 3. Hey, John, I just want to, we were talking about John Conklin a moment ago, and I just want to send our condolences to his family. His father just recently passed. But also it was just came back to me that John actually played for 3 teams in this league. It's rare for anybody to play for 2, let alone 3, but John played for Sanitation. He also played for this Boldest team before becoming a firefighter, and now he's obviously been with the FDNY for the last several seasons. But tremendous success at 3 different places. I mentioned him, historic game-winning drive. I mean, we had T-shirts made up of this and everything. I call it the drive when we came back and beat the NYPD in the final seconds in 2022.
What an ending.
You
ending.
Had an amazing call for that.
Well, our condolences to John and his family on a tough loss.
Calabrese scampering for a couple. That's going to be close to another first down.
Camp Peak, Steve Orr, Vinny Sheeta, Rob Hoey back in the coaching chairs, respectively, for the fire department. And give a shout out also to Desmond DeFreitas, Kyle Harmon, Anthony Abadamarco, Thomas Slane, Tony Perzio, Monferrato, Hoey, Mastronardi, Pope, and Selazitsky round out the coaching corps. And the clock continues to tick. We'll get back to that sponsor read right after this play. And it's second down, fire. And the handoff to Elam.
It's not going to go down easy. Oh, ball's loose.
He's on the back of the
whistle dead.
The guard.
All right, we couldn't be doing this without the help of our sponsors, so we want to talk about the Bet Big, Talk Loud podcast. It is one of the fastest growing podcasts. Bet Big, Talk Loud provides plenty of laughs and entertainment while offering bold opinions, real stories, and can't miss betting advice. If you love big bets, big laughs, and bigger conversation, this is the podcast for you.
We got to give a little shout out to Eddie Romano, the second-year head coach for the New York City Boldest. His 9th season overall with the team, and I know Bet Big Talk Loud is one of his
favorite podcasts.
Yeah. So we were talking about that before the game. And I want to also thank Eddie. He gave me a little swag before the game. I didn't even ask for it, and I'm wearing it right now.
Yeah,
so I figured, I know it's a little touch and go with wearing the opposition. But
I tell you, it's warmed up a little since we closed the doors and put the heat on.
Yes.
But I wouldn't wear that if I had nothing else to put on right now. So
maybe I'll turn it inside out. I don't know. Yeah, it was all about self-preservation, Andy. I saw you gathering all sorts of garments before we found the heat.
But they were all FDNY garments, John.
All right. Well, guilty is charged.
My allegiance is different than yours. You can be a neutral party, so it's good that we have a little
yin to the yang.
A little swag from both sides.
Exactly. 9-0 the score, and it's amazing that the Boldest have been unable to get any points on the board here today, and it's the fire department putting together an impressive drive here. It's 3rd down.
I would love to see Elam punch in a touchdown.
Back to pass is Calabrese. He'll step up. Nobody open. Calabrese falls forward for about 5 yards on the keeper. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Cole will likely come onto the field. Cole will look to right the missed PAT. And no, they're going for it. They're going for it on 4th down. Wow, look at this. Quick snap, and the hand to Elam.
And they got it.
And he's got it. Outstretched arm.
Easily got it.
As Elam picks up the 1st down, and it will be 1st and goal. Is that right at the 10?
Looks about right. Hey, we're going to go check out these a little late in the game, but it doesn't matter. These were the coach's keys to victory. This is Cameron Peak, the head coach of the FDNY, as you mentioned. And he's saying back to basics, back to business. You were alluding to that, accountability earlier. We're going back to what being the Bravest represents. And then, of course, for the Bravest, you mentioned head coach Eddie Romano, also the OC.
Boldest, that's right.
His goal is to go 1-0 each week. If they do that, they think they'll be a championship team. So far they're 1-0. This week, to be determined. But the keys to victory for the coaches brought to you by Bolivar's Restoration. So we'd like to thank them again, one of our sponsors.
So a big 1st down, eating up more time. And it's a 1st and goal. And it's Elam again.
Inching closer.
If we start to talk about our player of the game, Andy, I mean, it's impossible not to do it without talking about number 28. Despite the pick 6 by Dollison, this guy has been an absolute animal in the backfield today for Fire Department of New York.
Yeah, this is a different game if he's not having this success. You mentioned the only touchdown so far has been that pick 6, but he's been a game changer, moving the ball, changing the field position for the Bravest. If he gets one here, it's hands down. He's we're calling the hero of the game for NPSFL Network. But as much as I love the captain, Timmy Dollison,
and close to a touchdown, he'll be down right at the goal line, almost getting in. And wouldn't this be poetic justice, Andy, to have number 28 hit pay dirt after the performance we've seen here today?
Yeah, John, if he punches one in here, it's hands down. As sentimental as that pick 6 was at the time that it occurred, it'd be hard to give the game ball to anybody else but Trevor Elam. You see, he's one of our spotlight players. Mentioned he's out of the hot corner. He's a U.S. Navy veteran as well, John. Played at Hartwick College. All-City running back for Wagner. I mentioned that a couple times. He says it's a special thing for people like me who love this sport to have an opportunity to keep playing and competing with our peers. I look forward to this season every year.
Well, the fire department right on the doorstep. Let's see this goal line D from the Boldest. Will Elam get it again? Elam to Calabrese's right, and he does get it.
And he's in.
And there it is, waltzing into the end zone. Number 28 for the fire department gets his first touchdown of the season, and it could not be more well-deserved. Trevor Elam makes it the first offensive touchdown of the day, and it came late.
Yeah, that was an impressive drive, John. From start to finish. It was all on the back of Elam.
This guy is going to be sore tomorrow. And Elam...
You mean the tackler, right?
makes it 15-0. And it will be number 19. This is attempting the extra point. That's Nino.
Yeah.
Taramina, the 6'1", 210-pounder out of Engine 93. And it's good. So, are you sure Cole missed that extra point, or was it Taramina? The PAT.
I honestly didn't.
Because we may have to do some apologizing to Cole.
No, I can't apologize to that kid.
Ever, no matter what.
It's like my
Taramina
nephew.
is good.
He has to. I'm still waiting for him to apologize to me for things he's done over the years.
And it's now 16-0 after the Elam touchdown. We're going to take a brief timeout. We'll be back with more on the NPSFL Network.
As we thank all who have served, we also renew our commitment to those who need us most. Together, we can ensure that our severely wounded veterans have homes where their service is honored each and every day. To all our veterans, we salute you, we thank you, and we stand with you, always.
What a grab. And we're back here live, 1:55 remaining after the Bravest touchdown. It will be Francis Cole to kick away to the Boldest. And this one, Andy Singleton has created some cushion for the fire department.
This is a statement win here, John. I mean, make no mistake, the Boldest has championship aspirations. They stack their schedule. They want to play the best. This doesn't necessarily eliminate them. I mean, you know what? Can we get the remaining broadcast schedule up?
Darren Wesley had that one go off his foot. He recovered. FDNY, Andy, will be playing 2 weeks from today in their game 2. Obviously, they look to hold on here today in their home opener.
Yeah. Well, we're going to Tri-State Shields on the 18th. That will be another game covered on the NPSFL Network. We're going to show you the remaining broadcast schedule. Here we go. So these are the games coming up. We'll come back to this after this snap. But yeah, John, the top tier teams in the league are all playing each other this year. So this is the type of year that one win will not necessarily eliminate somebody from championship contention. We're playing Chicago. NYPD's playing Chicago in a rematch of last year's championship. Chicago just came to New York. I was at the game last Saturday. They took on Tri-State, handed them a defeat. So everybody's playing everybody this year. So it's going to be one loss does not necessarily ruin your season, but this is a huge statement by the FDNY today. Their first game shutting out this Boldest team.
Without question. Without question. And you talk about the dominance of the NYPD last year, along with Chicago. And I know, Andy, honestly, it's Memorial Day weekend. that the FDNY have circled on their calendar every year
May
as
30th,
far as the
correct.
Fun City Bowl is concerned.
Yeah, May 30th will be the Fun City Bowl this year. May 2nd will be FDNY at Chicago. May 16th will be NYPD at Chicago.
So, Andy, with about a minute to go here in this one, if you were to look at the way the fire department responded in the second half, they were clearly more cohesive. Calabrese started to move the ball better, but really has been all about Trevor Elam and his ability to run the football here today as far as the highlights for this team offensively.
Yeah, I got to say, John, I think the cohesion was there in the first half. I think had it not been for those two, I want to say it was 3 penalties on the O-line, we would have seen them in the red zone more frequently in the first half. So I think the optics of what those penalties created give a unfair representation of what this offense has done all day. This offense has looked consistent for all 4 quarters from my perspective. Moving the ball, passes were on point, not necessarily deep. Other than that pick in the end zone, the running game has looked phenomenal. I mentioned the O-line is completely revamped, and they passed their first test today.
The clock going a little haywire here as we count down the final seconds. And there we go. That's going to do it. The fire department of New York holds on. An impressive pick 6 by Dollison. And a great running performance overall by Trevor Elam, 2 of our MVPs today. The final score 16-0. The Fire Department of New York 1-0 in 2026 as the Boldest fall to 1-1. Any final thoughts before we say goodnight?
No, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is an ongoing process, so we're trying to do our best to bring you the best coverage we can, and we're trying to expand on that. So every little bit helps. Like I said, we thank you for tuning in, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow the league on Instagram and Facebook, and just engage. Be a part of this, because these guys are putting it all out on the line to bring you some high quality, entertaining football. And it's all about pride and passion, and I'm just proud to be a part of this.
And we're going to wrap it up here in 1 second. Before we go, though, our next broadcast for FD fans can be seen 2 weeks from today on the NPSFL network.
That's correct. I believe no game next week, and then the 18th we're back, Tri-State, FDNY. I actually think there are 2 games that week. If you give me a second, I can double check that. Or if Tom could, or you know what? Yeah, you talk for a minute while I look that up.
We will have the FD Tri-State game. Check one. Are we good? Okay. We'll have that for you live in 2 weeks from today. Go to the NPSFL website in addition to the Instagram pages for both Tri-State and FDNY. And, folks, that's going to do it. We talked about the hero of the game. I also want to throw Joe Herman into the conversation as our hero of the game. And, Joe, we miss you. We love you, and all our best to the Herman family. What a performance here, though, for the Fire Department of New York. They take it, once again, the final 16-0. Andy, great job. Always a pleasure. Thank you. For Andy Singleton, I'm John Heffernan, and we'll have Mike Blewett back next in a couple of weeks, too.
And thank you to Tom and Dave,
Tom and Dave,
Production.
TND Sports. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Have a great weekend. Get home safe. We'll see you next time.